Hey, welcome back to Trek on the Tube, and brace yourselves for probably the most slapped together video I have ever made. We have news to talk about, and I was probably the last person aware on Twitter, but there was a trailer for Lower Deck Season 2, and I guess, first look trailer for Star Trek Prodigy. There are two trailers, and I wanted to let you guys know, because I know that some of you follow my channel for news and stuff. So yes, let's get into this. I'm not gonna do full breakdowns and get into a big Easter egg hunt. I just want to share my first thoughts and show a couple images. Also, links in the description to go and check out those trailers as usual. So we'll start off with Lower Decks, the Season 2 trailer. First of all, you probably have noticed this yourselves, but there's a lot of species we've already seen before in Star Trek. We have Norsicans, there's a Tamarian, the return of the Pakleds, some Ferengi, but that's not it. There's also some familiar faces and some familiar characters and voices. For starters, there's a Tom Paris plate, which apparently CBS are actually selling at this point. You can go and buy one of these Tom Paris plates. But yeah, Robert Duncan McNeil came back and he did a voice cameo as Tom Paris on the plate, a hallucination that Boimler seems to be having. And we also had Jeffrey Combs. Yes, Jeffrey Combs, the actor behind most of all of the characters that you love in Star Trek, has returned to play this box of death of some kind. So yeah, there's that. We also get a few, dare I say, reveals that I don't think spoil too much about the stories that they're each going to be involved with. Boimler has been turned into a Borg. Tendi gets turned into, I assume this is an alien Scorpion King. And this, as a lot of people online have pointed out, seems to be Shax. Now, I'm thinking it's not Shax. It's some sort of, I don't know, a transporter double. It's his brother. I don't know, there's something going on here, but it surely cannot be Shax. I would be very surprised. It would take a lot away from, you know, the impact of what happened. This, by the way, does look a lot like Freecloud, that planet that they visited on Picard. And of course, there's a big sign that says Quarks, so still no Quark cameo, but Quarks is a franchise now, everywhere. As for my overall thoughts, I'm hype as all hell. I just can't wait to see this season. I loved Lower Deck Season 1. There's like maybe 1 or 2 episodes. I think there's one that I didn't enjoy, and then like another one that I thought was maybe a little meh, but the rest of the season was just up there for me. I loved it. I'm curious to see what they do with Rutherford, because Rutherford lost his memory. Like, his memory was wiped at the end of the first season, and I hope they're just not going to brush over that. I'm curious to see what they do with Boimler. I'm expecting him to spend at least half of the season off doing his own things before realizing that being in the big ships, in the important ships, like in the big leagues, is too much for him. He can't handle it, so he comes back. Other than that, the animation is still flawless. As people are pointing out online, it looks even better than Season 1. Like, they've added new details to the Cerritos. It's awesome. It looks great. As for the humor, some of it works and some of it doesn't. That's kind of how Season 1 was for me as well. But that's just how it is. They cram 1.5 million jokes in these 23 minutes, and not all of these jokes can land. The transporter pad joke was excellent. I loved it. I've loved it every single time I've watched the trailer so far. Boimler beaming in, screaming, but the transport's not working just right. So I love it. I think it's really good. I'm not too keen on the final thing that they did though, with Mariner and her mother, and Mariner being sent to the brig, and she's like, you know I like the brig, da da da. I actually think that this season, Season 2, is the moment. It's the season to grow past or grow out of that relationship that they have. Yeah. As I said, super hype, looking forward to it, and it looks beautiful, and it's so much fun. I'm so attached to all of these characters, you know. It's what we want to see. Now moving on to the Star Trek Prodigy Season 1 trailer, I was kinda underwhelmed by it, but if I'm being very honest, based on what I'm seeing, I do think this is a very first look, or first glimpse trailer that they put together. From what I understand, by the way, these two trailers were released for some kind of event, like a virtual Comic-Con of some kind. I don't know, I think it's like an animated convention of some kind. I don't know. I'm unaware. I'm sorry. But anyway, they released it for that, from what I understand, and so they had to have things to show and to present. So I do think this particular trailer was kind of slapped together, and the reason why I say that is because both the fonts and the music that they used were very, very generic, very cookie cutter. Like, it doesn't stand out as specifically Star Trek until, of course, the TNG motion picture theme that we have at the end, which has become pretty much the theme of Star Trek. I am expecting, of course, an actual Star Trek Prodigy theme song, a theme music that they will give us with the first official trailer, or maybe they'll keep that reveal for the show itself, those opening credits. As for the few thoughts that I have, I'm assuming all of the footage that we saw is from episode 1. They didn't reveal too much about the plot, except that these people seem to be on some sort of mining colony or planet, but I think that was basically revealed at this point. It's just that these kids are gonna run away from this planet. They're gonna find a derelict starship, which is officially now an NX starship, so it's a prototype, a Starfleet prototype, and that's why we hear Janeway's voice. There's an AI virtual Janeway on the ship that's gonna help them along. The general aesthetic is amazing, I gotta say. Like, everything looks pretty cool. There's a nice vibe to it. I will say, though, that when it comes to the characters, I'm not sure this is, as I said, the final look. I'm pretty sure they have a few more things to do on these. They don't look quite polished, or quite as polished as I was expecting them to be. Maybe I'm just too picky, and we'll see when the show comes out. I truly believe this isn't completely finished. The show itself seems very grand in scope and in scale, dare I say, even if we are following just a bunch of, a ragtag bunch of kids here. Overall, like I said, kinda underwhelmed with the trailer, but still very, very, very hyped for the show. I'm wondering how exactly this is going to be, dare I say, appropriate for very young children. Like, clearly there's no swearing and there's no blood, and there'll be adventure, etc. But just visually speaking, I don't think it's quite simple enough, dare I say, for very young children. I think this is more appropriate for older children, the visual style. Anyway, that's it from me. As I said, I slapped that shit together. Oh, shut up, Bob. No one cares what you think. It's their opinion that counts, not yours. What did you think of the trailers? As I said, links in the description if you want to go... Don't throw things at me. God damn. Anyway, links in the description. Go check them out. Tell me what you think. Are you excited for this new era of Star Trek animated shows? Would you want even more animated shows, or is 2 enough? Are you guys like, no, let's not exaggerate. 2 is more than enough. I want them live action shows. I don't care, frankly. I love animation. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. A big thank you to the channel patrons. And as usual, live long and prosper. I have species videos on the way, more canon and lore videos on the way. I'm working on all that, and also I don't have it in reach, but I'm working on my Star Trek Lower Decks Season 1 Blu-ray that I will be giving away as well. So yeah, there's a lot coming. Alright, see ya. Live long and prosper. No, live long and prosper.